And we are live. Hello, beautiful people. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I am greeting you according to your time zone. I am very happy to be here at this time of the night. It's 10 p.m. almost. And yeah, that is part of the benefits of being your own boss. I can afford to do this because I want to. And my beautiful business partner, all the way from Ireland, was so kind, to make herself available for us to have a quick conversation on my page today. I am grateful, sis. And for anyone who is seeing me for the first time, if you're watching my broadcast for the first time, my name is Angela. I am the owner of this page. I am a mother to 3 adorable kids. I'm a wife. I'm a digital business owner and mentor, a passionate mentor for that matter. So, and my page here, I use it to encourage, inspire, and educate everyone out there about what's going on online, how you can join this online business that I am doing. And also, of course, I like to bring in my business partners from around the world for them to come and share their journey, their story, how they are finding it, if this is working for them, and all of that. And hopefully we'll be able to inspire 1 or 2 people today. So I am going to allow my guest to introduce herself briefly, and then we'll get to hear all about her stories, her whys, and all of that. Over to you, sis.
Thank you so much, sis, for having me. It's a really big pleasure for me. Actually, it's about 9 o'clock, in the evening in my own side here. My name is Vera Obomo. I am originally from Nigeria, and I live here in Ireland with my family. I am a wife, a mom to 6 beautiful children, 3 boys and 3 girls.
Wow.
I am a healthcare assistant. Also, I do this business on the side as a full-time. I actually got into the business, part-time, but right now it's my full-time job because I am kind of sidelining my job now for the moment because I need more time, for myself and for my studies and for my kids. So I'm doing this business full-time at the moment. Thanks so much, sis, for having me.
You're most welcome. Wow. Did you say a mother to 6 kids? 3 boys and 3
only
girls?
6.
Wow.
Only 6, yeah.
You are blessed. You are even saying only. You are blessed. You are blessed. 3 boys
Thank
and 3
you.
girls.
So do you, yeah.
Yeah, but wow. Sis, how are you doing it? And why digital business? I mean, you said you are already a healthcare or a care assistant. You are even studying also psychology, you said. And now you are a wife, a mother to 6 children. And why did you decide to go online? Why did you choose this particular business?
I actually chose an online business because it was actually what worked for me. I ventured into, that traditional business before, and then I found out that, the business, if you are your own boss, your own boss who owns, a traditional business, you need more of your time. You even, be working in and out, no holidays, for yourself, especially if you are, a small entrepreneur.
Right.
So I decided, to look for something that will generate revenue for me without, really, exhausting my time.
Right.
So in other words, I was actually looking for something that could give me both at the same time. And the only thing that actually, worked for me when I researched was, the online digital business. Right. So that's how I got into it.
Awesome. Would you like to share how you found the business? And when you found it, were you skeptical, or are you the type of person that just took action right away? Did you take your time to look into it and do this and do that? Because I've met a lot of people with different stories, funny stories also. So I'm curious, how was yours? How did you find the business, and were you skeptical, and what made you believe that this was a legitimate platform to be part of?
Absolutely, I would like to share that, story, because I know it will inspire somebody out there, especially if you are having, maybe going through the same, situation or scenario. You just know that, you are not alone.
Right.
I actually found this business when I was I was partially looking. I think before I got, ill from work, I was, I think a long time ago, I actually searched, something that's, that would generate revenue for me while still, keeping my time. It's like eating your cake and still having it, or it looks very impossible. So I jokingly or just, searched for it a long time ago. But somehow the platform already had my, activities, for that. So this time when I was actually, at home, sick from work, and I was actually on the bed when I decided to, to just, get away with, my pains and everything. So I decided to scroll through my, my news feed, and then I found this a business. When I first found it, I did not actually, get too much interested in it because I have actually done something before, even though that something similar before. That was actually very good. But the problem with that was I was missing. I never really had, for the 6 months that I did that business for, I never had a mentor. I never had a coach or anybody to direct me. I was just, giving the key, to go ahead. It was just like you would say, it looks like somebody who is who is thrown into the deep blue ocean and asked to just swim and survive on your own.
Right.
So when I saw this one, I thought it was really the same thing, really. But an instinct in me actually pushed me because I knew that at the situation I was at that time, I needed a change. I needed to do something, about my situation.
Right.
And so that just kept ringing in my head. And then I got back, to this advert, and then I made inquiries, and I was told, to watch, the free webinar at the time. And I think the webinar was for 90 minutes. But like I said, to me, I thought it was too much, to just sit in one place, to watch, a webinar. So I was also thinking that, okay, maybe I'll watch it when I am less, busy, but I never really had the time. But thankfully, I had an experience where I was actually contemplating on not even going back to work again. So this actually, pushed me to just watch the webinar. And I thought to myself too, after all, I was, due to my illness, I was always mainly in bed for 1 hour, 30 minutes or even more. So I said, you know what, I will just use that time, to watch it. And right. I did. That was, an eye-opener for me. Yeah. So as soon as I watched the webinar, I was like, okay, I think this must be, something in the universe that is actually, connecting everything together for me. Because like I said, I was in a position where I was contemplating and thinking of, what to do. And this was, this actually came my way. Right. So after I watched the webinar, I think straight away I bought in, but I sat on the fence for a very, very long time. Well, what I was doing was, trying to, research everything to make sure that it isn't the same thing that I had before. But one of the things that, that ticked the box for me for this was I had a mentor, I had a coach from the beginning, and that was what the main resources that I lacked in the other one. And I also had, the community support.
Right.
And then also the fact that they also, we also have, everything all set up for us. The only thing that you just need to do is just a little bit of your own. So I said, this is it. I am going in straight away. And right. Here I'm today, I'm a proud digital, business owner. Also helping people.
So we could say that you procrastinated because you thought, 90 minutes was too long and blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely, yeah.
But thank God you finally did it, and thank God you are on board. Because I can tell you would have missed out a lot.
I regret a lot now. Do you know what? Even though I know I'm not where I really want to be, but most of the time I keep saying to myself, I wish I can get those time back, to be where I know where I'll be, by today. But the truth is, it's always like that for every human being. We always miss out on things that we right. do not really have. But I thank God that it was the actual time. That's what I believe. It was the actual time that God, destined me to be in the business.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that's it came to be. Yeah.
So, what would you say? Is it stressful running this business while working with a big family like yours? Would you say it's stressful? How are you able to manage your business alongside every other thing that you have to do as a mom and wife? And what would you tell someone who is, already working full time, looking to start this business, but for some reason they think, okay, I might not have the time to run it? Because I believe if a mother of 6 children that is working can do this business, I think nobody has an excuse to say, oh, I don't have time, because most of the heavy lifting is done for us already. So how are you juggling your business and your job and your family? How are you doing it?
First, I would say personally, it all depends on the individual. When you first have your why, the reason why you would really want to do something, I think that should be, your driving force.
Mm-hmm.
And that, will kind of put you in a position where you know that, okay, this is what I want, this is my goal, and I have to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
You might be working, but if you have to think of it, God forbid, should anything happen to you at your work, your family is not going to, take your place at your place of work. Just know that.
Mm-hmm.
And remember that when you're working for someone else, not you.
Right.
The business can fold up tomorrow, and then you are left, to survive on your own. So if you actually think of it, this is your own business. So you have to give it to all. So I wouldn't say it is easy, or rather it was easy, but the truth is, with if you have your why, and secondly you have you have you have your goal, you can actually just put a plan in place to make sure that you're able to do this. Like for me, what I do personally is, as a student, as a mom, and occasionally I work as well, I try as much as I can to put my business, to create time for my business.
Right.
And sometimes, because what I did was I put in which was the recommendation from the beginning, at least 1 or 2 hours a day. And what I do is I don't do it at a sitting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do those 2 hours at a 2 hours or 1 hour at a sitting. It could just be 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there. So it depends on what I'm doing with the business at the time. So, and the truth is, because our business runs on automation, sometimes what I have done, yesterday can actually carry me up to today. So I'm still good to go. Anyway, that is should my children require my attention, because I always put them in the forefront. They are my priority. Right. So if they need me, the business waits, and the business is not going anywhere. It is mine. But the good thing about it is that, unlike the traditional business, where if they need me and I leave, that means the business is paused. But my own business is not paused now, because it runs continuously on automation.
That's right. Beautiful. So that is it. This business is very flexible. You can plan it around your schedule, around your lifestyle, around whatever it is that you are doing. And you have to put in maybe an hour or 2 a day, but this does not mean that you have to sit down for 1 hour straight at a particular place to do something. This 1 hour we're talking about can be, spread throughout the day. Like me, sometimes when I'm in the car waiting for my kids to come out, I'm already doing 1 or 2 things, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I've done a major thing for my business. Or maybe before sleeping, while everybody's already asleep, before I close my eyes, I just do 1 or 2 things. It's very flexible. Even while I'm cooking in the kitchen, I can still get things done. So it's so nice that I don't even feel like I am working, right? Because with your phone and all that, I mean, even without the business, I think most people we're always on phone nowadays. So instead of yes, I use that time, instead of me browsing and doing God knows what, I use that time to invest in my business. And so this is really how flexible this business can be for anyone. And if you want something bad enough, you will find a way around it, right? There will be no excuses. Find way around it. You will find solutions and not excuses. So, and your why has to be really that big, because like me now, my why is the dream of being a stay-at-home mom while supporting the household financially. And this business is doing a great job. So that's very well explained. I like the way you do your thing. Of course, we mothers, we are putting our children first, because at the end of the day, they are They are our first responsibility. So,
Yes.
and I'm always grateful to have a business that I can do around those things that really matter to me. So, awesome. Sis, what would you say in all these, the business comes in a full package, a lot of good things. Like me now, I love the flexibility. What would you say is your best part? What do you love really mostly about the business?
One is the flexibility is there, which is good, which is some you can't just you can't say that more enough because
Mhm.
imagine when you're working for someone and then I give you a scenario where sometimes you just want to have some time for yourself or make some small holiday and you do
Right,
not really have time. You don't have the holidays for that year anymore. you
right.
know you kind of you just have to take time for yourself and then you maybe say something else to your boss. But the truth is that this time, yeah, I'm my own boss, so whatever I do, I'm responsible for that, I'm accountable for that. So that is just
Exactly.
a no-brainer. And another thing that I love, and this I only discovered after I got into the business. In fact, this is why I know that this business was just an answered prayer for me, because even though I worked as a care assistant for so many years, and I was always thinking of what my tomorrow was going to be. I kept looking at the age I would be when I retire.
Right.
Okay, I kept looking at that time, and I kept looking at what my retirement package would be. But the
Hmm.
truth is, the retirement package would be okay for me. But who knows what tomorrow might be? I might not, nobody can predict tomorrow anyway. So in Ireland here, you retire from 66, 65 actually. And if you want the early retirement, you get it from 60. But the truth is, if I look at my age now, if I take my age out of 60, I'm like, oh God, I have just a few years to work, and there's no way that package will be enough for me.
Hmm.
But right now with this business, I have this thing in place. And also as a mother, to multiple children, we always have to think of our children, have to think of the future for them.
Right.
If my children, like I have them, just very, very close in age. And if they need to, to go to college, if they need to go to university,
Right.
the expenses we also,
Hmm.
they kind of go with each other. And that means that I do have to work extra to save up for their college and everything.
Right.
But with this business, I will be able to, to put aside a lot just for
Hmm.
them. And also the fact that this business also has a great package, which up to my eighth generation will benefit from if I
I'm
am gone.
telling you.
So it is just no brainer.
Yeah, it's mind blowing, it's mind blowing that something like this actually exists. If you don't come in and check out what we have here, you might not really understand the excitement. You just see somebody in the morning just smiling. It's a reason. If you see me smiling like this on my pictures, there's a reason, because sometimes when I just wake up and I remember that I have a business such as this one, I'm
Yeah,
so overwhelmed. I'm so grateful. I'm happy because I know that tomorrow is only going to get better.
yeah,
It's certain now. Unlike, like you said before, when you have nothing, you know that okay, there has to be a plan for the future, but you don't really know what. Your pension money is not going to cut it. A
yeah,
lot of what ifs, a lot of what ifs. So, but being part of this business community and actually being a business owner, you know, you can actually say, how your 10 years from now is going to look like. And I can say
yeah,
it's going to be very, very,
yeah,
very, 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 very comfortable.
yeah.
So that's the beauty of this business. It comes with so many goodies, so many package. So it's worth checking out. Let me give a shout out to our viewers. Thank you everyone for watching, for your nice comments. We appreciate you. Thank you, Anna. Thanks for watching. So, the last question for today: what would you tell someone who is, sitting on the fence, or someone who is just curious about the business but has not yet taken action for some reason? From experience, from, from someone who is already in the business, knowing fully well what this business can do for every one of us, what do you have to say to anyone who is still skeptical and scared? And, what do you have to tell them?
First and foremost, it depends on what their skepticism is all about. If it's all about you being afraid of being being scammed, first and foremost, you have to look at us. We are real. We're broadcasting this live now at the moment. We are putting our families out there. We are real people doing real business, legitimate business that is worldwide recognized. And then so if your fear is about being being scammed, you just have to research about the community, research about what we have, of what we've been talking about, or go ahead and visit our websites, or go ahead and follow us on our different social media platforms. You will see that we are real. Sometimes we bring our families out there just to for you to know that we are real people. And then another thing is, do not waste time. I just can't say that more enough, because I still, like I said, I still do regret not taking action when I should have. I don't waste time. Just go ahead and do it, and then let God take control of everything. And in all, commit everything into the hands of God, because He would lead you. He would definitely lead you, because I know a lot of people who are in the community who were praying for something to happen, and then this business came to them. And there's so many testimonies, similar testimonies like that. So that you are listening to us today, that you are watching us today, it's not just a coincidence, but it could be a calling for you to take action. So go ahead and take action, and then because if you don't take action, nothing happens, nothing changes anyway.
Nothing changes, yeah. And if you don't come in and check us out, and even just to have a look at it, you will never know if this is what you are looking for, if this is what you really need. So I always say that if you really want to be able to make a good decision as to whether to go for this business or not, watching the webinar is not enough. No. The webinar is just like reading the cover of a book. So if you really want to get a better understanding, a clearer picture, to clear all your doubts, get all your questions answered, and get first-hand information to help you with your research or wherever, you really need to come in. You really need to come in, and the joining fee is even refundable within 30 days. So to me, it's a win-win. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain, because even if you decide otherwise later on, you can still get your joining fee back, and by that time you must have gathered more than enough information. So next time when you hear about this business, okay, I've already checked it out. It's not something I can do, because at the end of the day, it's not everybody that can do every business, right? So, but if you are interested in working online, you want to earn consistently online, this is something worth checking out. If you're looking for something serious, something legitimate, something that you can pass on to your children, something that will give you that time and financial freedom, you are here in the right place, and you will have your mentors and your coaches and support from a global community. And today is a good day to start, actually, because it's Thursday. And as you all know, we go live every Tuesdays and Thursdays. So today would be a good day to just, sign up there, use any of the links you see on the screen, register, and your personal link will be sent to you directly to join a live webinar. And if you cannot join a live one, of course, we have replays available all the time. So a lot to win, a lot to gain, and nothing to lose. And, December is almost going to an end. What are your plans for for January, for 2023? It would be a good time to make a very clear decision and, open a new chapter, especially if you are at a place in your life that you need a change. You just need something to change. So now would be a good time to make that change happen, so that come January, you're already in the new chapter of your life. And we'll be so happy to have you on board if you do decide to come and join the digital ride. Thank you so much, Sister Vera, for coming. I really appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. And thank you to everyone who joined us today. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you. So we'll end it here. It's been 20 minutes already, over 20 minutes. All right, everyone. Bye for now. Thanks for